Thank you for your purchase.
Yo, what's going on? This is Davey the Don.
And this is Hassan Saleh, a.k.a. Simbu, a.k.a. Hassan is Funny.
And this is
I.E.
Habibi. What's up, guys? How you doing, bro?
How am I doing? Today, honestly, I'm doing pretty fucking terrible. We're gonna talk about this a little more later, but now that I finished The Sopranos, dude, I feel like my life is meaningless. Like I don't.
Dude, I get that shit all the time from like shows that I really, really like, and then they're done, and I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do?
Go touch some grass. I don't know.
Nah, I just go rewatch them. You know?
For real. I literally just. What's like the show you've rewatched the most? Do you think?
Probably Community.
Community,
yeah.
Bro, Community it gets like fucking weird. Like there's like the zombie episodes.
Towards
there's like
the end, it was
like they start
terrible,
going.
though.
Really? You didn't like how it got all crazy?
I like how it got crazy. I don't like towards the end when they when Donald Glover and then Chevy Chase left the show, and it was just weird.
Oh, I didn't even. Well, I never finished Community, so I didn't even realize that they left.
Yeah, they both just like got up and left. Probably like after the sixth season, they both just dipped.
How many seasons are there?
I want to say there's 8. So they did one season without Donald Glover, and Chevy Chase was still there, and then he left like right after.
Apparently, they're doing like a new thing with Community. I think they're making a movie or something. Like,
yeah, that's what they always say. 6 seasons in a movie.
yeah,
That's like their shit, dude.
that's fucking. Oh no, that's like The Sopranos. That's what they did too. 6 seasons in a movie.
That's so crazy. Well, that's like the baseline of all shows, dude.
Mm.
But like before we get into Sopranos, me and you just did a fucking killer show.
Sold out, fucking
Dude.
bro. They literally were denying people at the door.
They were
like,
turning people away. That
Davy's own fucking people. They were trying to
Yeah.
like, bro. Oh, where do you were able to get your brother and
I was able to get my brother in. My sister could have made it in, but she just wasn't like vibing with what was going on. So she was like, I'm gonna just head out. So she just did. But I do feel bad because like, you know, she did. I mean, she lives out there, but she still like drove. Yeah. You know?
God, that sucks.
So I'm probably gonna give her a free ticket to my next show, which me and him are on another show
Yeah, 'cause
together.
we got like it must have. So
It must be
we got
someone.
reached out to. I think it was because how Fourth Wall posted us. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's like I don't know. They post to everyone. I don't know for whatever reason. Some
Yeah.
fucking person reached out to me and Davey and offered us an opportunity to get on this show, which is, if anything, more of like a tryout, you know, so
Yeah.
that we can get in front of the owner of the venue and potentially, possibly be paid regulars, which
We'll be professional comedians.
for real,
Let's go.
dude. Like,
dude,
and
I'm so
that's,
excited.
dude. Like a year in, bro, and if
Yeah, dude.
not to jinx it or anything, because even
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't happen, that's fine. Okay, because I hope they don't see this, because this is my one worry about being like a regular somewhere
Yeah.
is like you gotta be coming up with a lot of good new material all the time.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I get like it'll be fine. Like we'll be able to do our sets, you know, but we're definitely gonna have to kick it up.
Yeah,
So-
I think we would just have to add more to our sets. So if they give us 10 minutes, dude, we have 10 minutes right now. We just got to, like I was telling him earlier, is that he was like, we need to write new material. And I'm like, yeah, but we got to keep our material because we want an hour long. So like I'm at about like I would say 18 minutes max of like just like funny stuff. I can
Shit
push
like that
20
works.
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can push 20 minutes on like stuff that I haven't.
Plus with like a little crowd work, you know, because I personally I need to work on that because that's important.
I tried and it worked okay. It wasn't like the best, but it like the cricket helped me out, you know? Yeah, but anyways, so we did actually, I mean, it's hard to say like, yeah, we will be like professional comedians and then paid, but you know, I already gotten paid like a couple times from doing comedy, so this would be more of like I'm on the entertainment roster. They're putting me on more shows. And I'm really excited about that because, dude, at Fourth Wall, we literally, bro, like we killed it.
We
were on the
rocked the fucking house, bro.
Yeah,
oh
dude,
my
we were
God.
literally in the prime time spot. And usually people don't like to go up after someone that killed it, but Hassan killed it, and I followed it up with the equally like good performance.
You know what? Because I noticed like I had some comedians that came up to me and they were like, "Oh my God, like that shit was crazy," and then you had like other comedians that came up to you, and it was just like it's different, you know. Like we killed differently to where it was like you had the people that you really appealed to, and I also had the people that I really appealed to, and I
Yeah.
think that really adds to like our thing as like a duo or whatever.
I
It's
know,
you know
dude.
so.
I think the comedians fucked with your shit way more, and the crowd fucked with my shit a lot. But that's kind of tough because I did bring quite a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know? But
And bro, the one fucking person that I brought was literally just Davey's guy that I fucking picked up
Yeah.
from his crib. And then aside from that, no family or friends supporting.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. Because honestly, bro, like you are funny. I remember the first time that we like actually talked, and you're like, "Do you think I could really do this? Do you think that I'm funny?" And I told you, I was like, "Dude, you're fucking funny. You could do this." And it's evolved. Now you have more confidence about you being funny on stage. And then now, like, you used to have more people come for you back then, and now that you're doing really good, those people just always have something going on, or, you know what I mean? And it's tough, you know what I mean? I don't want to knock anyone for having a busy life.
No,
dude.
I get it. Like, especially like my friends, like my friends, I understand. They're all fucking doing their own shit,
Yeah.
But my, my family's a bunch of fucking losers, so they got time. Goddamn it, these motherfuckers need to pull up.
Yeah, it's just far, dude. Like we're a high desert podcast. We're high desert comedians. We're IE comedians, but most of the show opportunities are out there in LA, in Hollywood. Anyone that's willing to book us and pay us is in LA. We had one big show in Ontario at the Improv, and that we pulled the most people right there.
That I was actually able to get some family to that, because especially my sister Jasmine. Hey Jasmine, I love you. She brought a shit ton of her friends with her too. So
yeah,
God, I'm still so. Let's not even talk about it because I'm so fucking butthurt.
Oh my God, yes, dude. I don't. You guys already heard this so many times. I feel like we always feel like we got snuffed out at the roast or anything. And while we're filming this, we always film a week before. But today, literally today, they're having the roast battle that me and him were supposed to.
Oh, that shit's today.
It's today. Yeah.
Well, okay. Best of luck to Danny Nixon.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That is all.
Yeah, dude. Danny Nixon, I know you're gonna kill it. You guys are gonna be the new tag team champions.
No, they're gonna stay the tag team champions, even though Danny's the only one that deserves it.
They're gonna be the new tag team champions because the tag team champions right now are Bravo and Sandy.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're the tag team champions.
Oh,
but I know Danny is gonna carry Kevin on his back. Kevin, you better come with some hot shit, dude. Because when we post this up, I want to know that we were right, bro. Because Danny Nixon, you are a fucking goat and a killer,
fucking legend, dude. The funny motherfucker, dude. Can take it. He can take it and he can dish it, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's like my ex-girlfriend. You
Jesus
know what I mean?
Christ.
Dude, like how you said, it looked like your asshole was yawning.
Oh no, I that still sore.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I felt like, dude. And the thing is, when we were at Fourth Wall, and I was watching him work, I was like, at first it was a little rough because the crowd was like, there's like some of this stuff is like a little
too heavy.
But like literally, as soon as he got past that, there was no low notes. He was fucking killing it. And I seen him get off the stage, and I'm waiting him behind, like backstage, and he comes back, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Like I was fucking lit. I think I was more lit than he was.
No, dude, because I couldn't even fucking believe like how good it went. Like that was one of the best sets I've ever had, dude. And it was just God, like I think that because I know I love this shit because of the way it makes me feel. It's like selfish, I love the level of understanding me and these fuckers get on when they laugh at my little jokey jokes, and it feels good for them to laugh. But I don't know, like even when I did that set in Austin at Creek in the Cave, and that was in front of like definitely way more people.
It was like over 150 people.
Yeah, it was fat. But even then, like I mean, I did good. And the laughs were good, but they weren't as like beat for beat as this one. Yeah. It almost even like it felt louder in this room, even though I was that other time it was 150 people compared to how many would you say was here? Like 50?
I think, probably close to like 50 to 70 people.
Yeah, but it's like it's not a very big space.
It's 3 rows from corner to corner of just people. We have one walkway to get in and out. That's it.
And I love how like intimate it is, dude. Like it really reminds me of Funnyville. Like I love Funnyville just because of how close it is. But also fucking JT.
Yeah, dude, fucking JT, bro. You gotta look at our clips, JT. This is gonna be crazy. But the thing that I was noticing when I was editing our videos or my videos for I ended up dropping my set on YouTube, is that because it's so intimate, if you get a laughter that sounds loud, that is a pop. That's everyone in that room is like laughing, giggling,
contagious,
something.
Dude. Like, and then Davey got a fat little applause break, dude. That was I didn't even realize, like, because I was just so fucking enamored with you on stage, dude. But yeah, looking back at the clip, like I didn't even realize this guy got like a good ass fucking applause break. And something that I feel like I've been able to do more recently, with getting a lot more comfortable on stage, is like riffing on stage and just like in the moment, you'll be up there, you're the utmost fucking confidence you could possibly have with all that laughter. It'll pull some shit out of you, you know. And even like I don't really see you do that often. Like your set is usually your set, but this last one, dude, you were like, there was just shit like I've never heard before that you were just coming up with off the top of your head, and that was what got you that fucking applause break. You were like, man, fuck you guys.
Like, fuck you, fuck you guys for laughing at that. Yeah. And the thing is, like, what I was trying to focus on the most is like letting my laughter breathe. And that's one thing I always like, because I brought the second to most people, if not tied, I don't remember, but he was like, oh, instead of like 8 minutes, we'll let you do 12. And I'm like, 4 minutes is kind of a lot more to kind of come up with. I could confidently do 2 more minutes. I was like, let me do 10 minutes. He's like, you got it. So I get up there and I'm like, all right, I got to let that time breathe. And that's like the difference in that set, where I was just like making people laugh and letting that laugh kind of just sit, and everyone was like going crazy.
Absolutely, dude. And that's something I have a terrible habit of doing. Like I just start stepping on the laughter, and I did it a little bit in that set, but especially like my first joke, like my opener, dude, that was like fucking 7 or 8 seconds of like I had to wait, dude. I was just sitting, I was looking around, dude.
I have that on camera.
God, that shit was fucking awesome. Like but the I can't remember what it was, but there were like, because I had everyone so locked in, I feel like there were parts of my set where I don't exactly expect laughter there, but it occasionally can happen, you know, just on like the setup or whatever. And so when I was like setting up certain jokes, they would get a laugh, and I would keep sort of talking through it and not letting it sit. So it's like you really just gotta be ready for whatever's gonna happen. So, talk slow, fucking
Yeah, and like the crazy thing is, the night before we were talking about, I like to get the crowd involved. So sometimes like, oh, make some noise for this. I only did it. I shortened it down to only doing it 2 times, but there were times where I was saying something and people were wanting to be like, yeah, you know, and I was like, no, go ahead. You know what I mean? And it was those 2 spots that I always talk about, my girl and Latinas, bro. And every time, you know, they had like, so I had to let that kind of breathe a little bit, you know. So that crowd was amazing. You know what I mean?
I have one like terrible regret from that set though, dude.
What is it?
There was it was when I did the joke about my ex, and I'm like, oh, you know, me and my ex, like she was perfect, we just had one little problem. She just like loved to suck dick. And then when I did that, and then I said and not just mine, right? And then when I said that, I think it was one of the people you brought, and she was like, not just mine is crazy.
Yeah, and then you walked up to her too.
And I walked up to her, and I don't even know what I was thinking.
You blanked.
I was gonna say some funny shit, and then I was like, yeah. Anyway, like
you walked up to her like real slow, and he's like, yeah, and then walked away.
Yeah,
like, that was it.
Yeah, it was so awkward and weird. Like I don't even remember what the fuck I was trying to do.
But those awkward pauses worked in your favor, because right afterwards you did the, I'm straight. And then everyone just started laughing, because they're like, you don't have to clarify, you know.
Yeah,
and there was that pause, that laughter sat in for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
dude.
that was good. Oh my god! And then also the fucking one thing I kind of improvised that I definitely am gonna add into my set, like now, is like when I'm looking at my notes after doing a joke, and then just being like, oh god, I'm so fucking depressed. Like,
yeah, dude, that shit is so fucking funny.
That shit fucking hit so good, dude.
Yeah, I think you were off a good joke too, and that crowd was just like waiting for the next one. You're like, oh, I'm so fucking depressed. Yeah. You know, that shit hit so far. But I think there has to be someone that was there that runs the laugh bombs, because it was us 2 and one other guy that got picked up for that show.
Oh yeah? Do you remember who?
I don't remember his exact name, but he was the one doing like all the crowd work. His whole set was just crowd work.
Do you remember like what he looked like?
White guy, short hair.
I think
it's like Ashton.
No, dude, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That guy was funny as shit.
I think he was really funny, you know? Yeah. I don't think he was like the funniest, you know what I mean? I think he was up there in like the top 5.
No, yeah, there might have been like 2 guys that did a little better. I don't know.
Now there was another like a young black guy that
no, dude, that black dude was fucking
hilarious.
My god.
I think he killed his set. And the thing is, like, he went, and I think one other guy went that wasn't as great, and then you went and you fucking killed.
Bro, because it was, I know, I followed up a guy that, he didn't like bomb or anything, you know, it was just kind of like, whatever.
It was middling. You had like 4 breaks of laughter in 8 minutes.
Yeah, so that was, I was pretty excited to go on after that guy. I was like, fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed that was different in my set is that like, I was more performing it. I was very more animated. You were very, and okay. And the thing I kind of tried
to suggest before, but obviously this doesn't apply to everyone and doesn't have to apply to every comedian, is trying to make it seem a little more like off the top of your head in the moment, which I wouldn't exactly say you did that, but the level of like almost the cartoonishness of it, which definitely I feel like with your jokes, because even though you kind of say like I have like that new age comedy shit, a lot of your jokes are like, I would call them like, I don't want to say fantastical, but they're just like ridiculous. Like my friend fucking kept on hitting helium and he floated away. Like it's like cartoonish,
very,
you know?
very
So
hyperbole.
Yeah, very So I think definitely coming at it with the, you know, crikey, that shit's massive.
Bro. Honestly, I'm 50-50 on whether post that.
Dude, that shit
It
hit.
hit so fucking hard.
Dude, I told you it was bro.
Yeah, dude,
fuck
that shit was
Chatterbox. You know what you should do? I genuinely, Davey, please upload a clip, like almost a side-by-side thing, and be like, fuck Chatterbox, I love Fourth Wall. And then like show the joke and just show how much these people fucking suck.
I think I'll do it on YouTube. I was like, the difference between the difference between comedy clubs. Sometimes your jokes work someplace else.
Yeah. But then you have to shit on Chatterbox a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. Because, dude, the only reason why I'm like hesitant on posting is because a lot of her family follows me like on Facebook. And so I would just have to delete it from Facebook because her brother, he speaks both languages.
Fuck all
his
that,
mom, dude. Her mom, her cousins.
Like your girl?
Yeah, my girls.
Bro,
like,
literally, that is you need to forget that shit.
Yeah.
You're
I think I'm gonna post it either way.
just post it, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
because that shit was it hit so the animation was like so crazy.
Crocky, that shit's massive.
Fuck Stingray, you know.
I love that joke. Oh my god.
I remember when I first told you that shit. I was like, I woke up early to go to work and I thought of that joke. And I remember when I told you, I was like, yeah, this shit's pretty good. And then didn't hit on Chatterbox, kept it in there, and it fucking killed.
Well, dude, because I will say, like at Chatterbox, you didn't do that. Like, it's a very specific movement he does. Like,
it's very animated.
yeah,
like, oh fuck,
yeah,
like,
and like
trying to catch
you didn't do that at Chatterbox, and I remember you had done it like in here, and that shit. And I already knew the joke, you know. So it like, but then when you did that, I was just like, oh my god, shit was hilariosity, dude. Fucking.
Yeah. And then like, I don't know, bro. I feel like you're gonna end up getting. I honestly feel like on like the Instagram and the internet stuff, your shit will blow up before mine.
You think?
Yeah. Just because, like, I feel like I have, like, a very solid, like, group of people. And, like, Instagram and the internet sees that. And they're not going to, like, give me, like, more, you know, like, space.
More love.
Yeah. And for you, like, dude, like, he had a comment that was, like, he had a fucking funny joke. Bro missed the entire joke. And, like, he said a little remark. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm a little sweaty boy. Like, it was just, like, a side remark. And this guy comments he's like, the sweaty boy made this joke. And I'm like, bro, what kind of a comment is that? So I was just dude. What did I say? What made the joke?
Oh, you were like the I'm straight made the joke.
Yeah,
like,
dude, because that joke was actually fucking funny. He didn't give a fuck about the entire
until
joke.
like my final tag, I guess. But I'm not gonna talk shit about your guy that's supporting my shit. Even if he finds the very last tag of my joke to be the thing that makes the joke. Whatever, fine. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, dude, anyone who has any slightly positive opinion towards my shit, I'll suck their dick.
Yeah. And honestly, the people that were my people that came for him at the show, reach out to him. No, just reach out to him. Hassan is such a fucking funny, genuine dude. And he was just like, sometimes his ritual is like, he likes to put his head somewhere else so it's not completely focused, so he's not like as anxious. And so, like, I know they were, like, looking for you, like,
you know
I
what,
want to meet this guy.
The way that you put that, I didn't even kind of really realize that myself.
It's your ritual, dude.
But no, especially every time before a show, I kind of have to just, before I go on stage, I have to get away, like, from everything. And I think that comes from my little sister.
Yeah, really?
Because especially, like, when I first was starting comedy, my little sister Zana came with me to every single show. Like, she came with me to everyone. She was supporting it, you know. Mostly she just wanted to get out the house, but it got to me and, you know, siblings, you fight, whatever. But it's like literally right before I'll go on stage, like, she'll start fighting with me. And I think that just happened so many times. It fucked up so many of my sets that it's like I just kind of need to be by myself for a little bit, really make sure I have it. And yeah, just kind of, that sounds kind of crazy, like almost conflicting to have to disconnect from the fact that I'm about to do a show before I can do the show. But yeah, yes.
And if you don't get the chance to do it before, I've noticed you do it after as well. So like I noticed this in Texas, bro. And I never told you just because like everyone has their ritual. Like my ritual is like I'm very to myself as well, and like I'll like try to like match the energy that I'm feeling so I don't feel like too anxious. But like I seen when you were like when you got called up for Creek in the Cave, and you kind of were just like literally just like waiting to go up,
shitting myself,
like,
dude.
Yeah, because it was a fat crowd, bro. Like a fat crowd.
I was the first fucking person, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
and so you went up, did your set. You were talking to Mike for a little bit, and you went up, did your set, and then you left the room. You couldn't be in that room anymore, and you were just talking to some guy that was talking to you while you were taking a piss.
yeah.
And you stayed there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, just talking to him.
I did.
So that's like, I'm telling you, like that is your ritual. You like to just be somewhere else and like talking about anything but the show.
Yes.
You know?
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you like can see it and accept it that way, and not just me being like, I don't know, whatever.
No, I just told him, I was like, oh, that's his ritual. People have their own rituals.
Oh yeah,
You know?
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the two people that came for us and signed up on my shit, like, just thank you. I'm gonna fucking reach out to them and just say thank you, like,
because one of that tall guy was supposed to be on the podcast, and he was like, oh, it's too far. But he lives in Riverside, so whatever.
What does he do?
He's done music before, but like very like non like edited. He's like very, very new at it. And so we worked together, and he showed me all of his music. I showed him mine, and I did comedy. The only thing I will say is that like he's very like he critiques himself a lot, very hard on himself. Sometimes it's too hard, and you just got to be like, bro, shut the fuck up. This is good. You know?
Bro, ever since that when because we have the episode with Cozy coming out in a few days. It's not out yet.
Well, by the time this drops, it'll be last week's episode.
Yeah. So that shit will be out by the time you guys see this. But after we were just like, promoting the episode, talking about what we did, like we've had all these fucking people hitting us up, trying to get on the fucking pod. All these like,
God.
not I'm naming anyone specific, some garbage ass rappers.
Hey, but if you watch the pod and you've gone this far, comment and we'll literally have you on. I'll if you actually watch the pod and you know that we're talking about you right now, you guys are a rapping duo, and you support us, we'll support you.
No,
you know what I mean?
Okay, then let me take that back. I'm not saying garbage, okay? But if I'm gonna be real honest, okay, it's literally just like Suicide Boys, and I don't know. I'm not gonna continue.
We're not gonna shit on you, but at the same time too, like support goes both ways. I know you want to push your music and stuff like that, but like, fuck with us first, bro. Like, fuck with us, and
for real.
we will fuck with you. Don't just like kind of half-ass, be like, oh, I want to get on this podcast because whatever. Like, watch the episodes. Reach out to us personally.
Yeah, because I like, dude, and we're nothing, dude. We're not shit, okay? Like, and even if one day, eventually, if we are shit, we're not gonna try to we don't want to be those people, especially like after that experience with Cozy and just seeing like, dude, like it's just, we all just have to help each other. It is that like that's how any of us are gonna fucking grow, And he honestly, dude, what an inspiring motherfucker.
I've been nonstop since I've met him, telling people like how much of a genuinely nice guy he is.
Dude, I've much love to Cozy, dude. If you guys are watching this and not watching Cozy, then I don't know what's wrong with you. You probably
Honestly,
didn't like the ending of The Sopranos if you
Oh my god, bro.
We'll talk about that later. We're not ready for that
Okay,
yet, dude.
not ready. Okay, that's fine.
But you were talking about how you were gonna get that dude on as a guest. I know that you had like our next guest that we have planned is one of Davey's boys, UFC fighter, dude.
Yeah, he was on the minor leagues of UFC. He was a Cage Warriors. He was fighting for championship belts. He was on the fast track to make it to the UFC. He unfortunately lost his last 2 fights. One of them, he really beat the fuck out of that guy. No, I'm dead ass serious. And they like the judges' scorecard favored the other guy, and they gave him the win. And that shit was like, I don't know. I watched it with the gang of people. Everyone's like, dude, your guy fucked him up. You look at the fight afterwards, the guy has a fucking bloody nose, a gash on his eye, and my homie's just like tired from and like sweating.
So what was the reason? Like, did the other dude have more fucking strikes or like?
I think because it was only a 3-round fight and one was a toss up. So one my homie definitely won. One the other guy won, and then one was a toss up. But it was more like you would think my homie won.
I'm not like a super crazy UFC guy, like basically the most experience I have is with the game. But something I always hear that annoys me so bad, and I guess this might just be a game thing with UFC, but it's like people complaining about people who do ground game, like when you have a really strong ground game and they think it's just like for pussies, but it's literally
Yeah.
like the whole point is mixed martial arts. It's like everything, you know.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was a
That-
silly.
yeah,
but is that a common like thing that you hear? Like, oh, if you go on the ground, you're a fucking pussy.
Not
Like,
really. I do find a lot of like importance in wrestling, but this was not the case for him. They were both on their feet fighters, and they like he was just fucking him up, dude. If you look at the damage, the significant shots, he was fucking him up, and he just didn't get it. So now he took a step back. He does fight soon, so hopefully when he comes, we'll be like, let's get some tickets. We'll promote the fight, but like we'll also go and support him because it's in San Diego.
I was gonna say like, where is it at? But okay,
San
San
Diego.
Diego. And dude, San Diego has a pretty good scene out there.
Comedy scene.
Yeah, dude. So that we can make a day out of it, dude.
I'm down as
So a
fuck.
little date.
As long as we kiss after. I like, honestly, dude, every episode we have like one moment of just like awkward silence, and we're just like,
Let me take off my fucking pants.
he's like, oh my God. He wakes up with something on his chest, so he gets it off, you know?
The fuck?
It's like churning butter.
Bro, okay, this is so
Random.
nasty.
Okay.
A while ago, I had this is okay. We might
No,
have
say
to
it,
cut
say
this.
it. No. Say the whole thing. We're not cutting the shit out. Go ahead. Say it with your chest.
Dude, basically, I jerked off the other day, and that shit like hit me in the hair. That shit literally like fucking got me in the hair, dude.
What'd you do to get it out?
I took a shower.
No, it's just like.
No, I don't know if you
gel.
got. Yeah, no, it was all like it's still a little crusty.
That's crazy. I've never hit my hair. I've definitely almost hit my face a couple times.
Yeah.
But I was like younger. I don't know. It's weird, dude.
When you had that fucking Superman.
Dude, I don't know. Like, so like I don't be my meat really often. You know what I mean?
I just heard that this guy jerked off 3 times yesterday, dude.
It was only twice. But
Okay,
yeah.
twice.
Yeah. But it was because I don't know, bro.
It was only twice.
I'm not gonna explain why, bro. Fuck you. But anyways, there's only a few times where like I don't beat my meat a lot anymore. So you would think that I'd be fucking shooting ropes, but really it just depends on the mood. But when I was younger, beating my shit every day, I would shoot fucking ropes, dude. Like literally just like Spider-Man's like up and away.
Oh my
like,
God,
just aiming for the crane, bro. Just
Bro, oh dude, that just reminded me. Remember I told you earlier I wanted to tell you a little story? Jesus.
yeah. Go ahead.
I had this okay, so like like crusty socks and shit. Instead of a crusty sock, I like throughout like middle school, I had like a crusty fake Supreme shirt, and I would just literally inside and out. That shit was. If anyone from people at my school knew about the Supreme shirt, dude.
No way.
Yeah, because
crusty Supreme shirt.
Because I had this friend, like some girl that came over to my house once. We were just like friends and shit, and fucking she like looked in my closet and then like seen the shirt, and I was like, literally, dude, I burned it.
No.
I literally put it in a fire and burned it. I think my freshman year, I fucking burned the shirt because it was
crazy.
It just had so much fucking
Freshman
cum.
year?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like your senior year or something. You're like I had to throw it all away as soon as I got into high school.
No,
You know,
yeah,
like,
no.
that's
For
crazy.
I was starting brand new, dude. I was like, I'm never touching my dick again.
Dude, that's crazy. It's like
yeah.
a fucking suit of armor at that point. You know what I mean?
It, bro, bulletproof.
Oh my God.
That shit
dude.
saved my life.
Jesus, bro. You know what else saved your life, dude? And I think it's time to talk about it.
The Sopranos, dude.
Dude.
I just finished The Sopranos. The first, Davey told me, he was like, when you finish it, dude, like, call me. I didn't call you, but.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm going to be my meat instead.
No, for real. But I never really heard, like, about the controversy surrounding the ending. Like, I had no idea the ending was a controversial thing. Like, all I knew was that
Yo, what's going on? I just want to preface this real quick. Dave and Hassan spoil the ending of The Sopranos and also spoil a little parts of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So if you want to skip to 44 minutes flat, you can. But if not, just watch at your own risk. Okay, bye.
it's just like one of the greatest shows ever. And by the way,
Facts.
we're gonna fucking spoil. Okay, so if you haven't seen The Sopranos,
It's been 15 years, bro. You should have seen the fucking Sopranos.
I mean,
by now.
I didn't see it until just now, dude.
I've watched it when I was younger, and then I've tried to rewatch it. It's just not the same. So it's been about like 10 years since I've seen it. But what I do remember a lot of the scenes, and I did remember that I did not fuck with the ending. And I am part of the majority, and I did tell him, I was like, you're probably not gonna fuck with the ending. But I was also younger, you know what I mean? And he has a certain way of feeling about the ending, which I'm surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Dude, 5 million fucking IQ ending, okay? Because when I first saw it, okay, so what happens in the okay, well, I'm just gonna assume you guys already know the ending, right? Cut to black, you know. And when I seen it, my heart dropped. My stomach was in knots. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this can't be the end. Like, what even happened? And I think it was because I kind of like I knew it was the final scene.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just really waiting for like something crazy that I wasn't even really paying attention to like the details of it, you know? And then, and because, you know, we're in 2024, you can go back, rewatch. And I was looking, you know, I rewatched the shit like 3 times until I was like, oh, Tony got fucking popped. But dude, it's like, they do a lot with Tony's perspective in that scene where like a lot of the show, there are times when it's like, it is from Tony's POV, but especially in the restaurant, like he walks in and okay, I'm going to use this detail later, but it's okay.
Because my thing is like, all right, you got to think of the time, bro. It was like mid 2000s. Watching back fucking shows is not a real thing. And dude, The Sopranos, know your audience, dude. The Sopranos showed all the dirt, all the shit that happened. You build this fucking mega fan base that enjoys watching, you know, fucking the worst things happen on TV. And it's now time for Tony's turn to finally be the end. And, you know, just to kind of cut the scene to black. No one knows if he got whacked or not. There's no definitive answer. It is very much to your interpretation. I think for the majority of those fans, like, that's like, they think it was shit.
That's where I would disagree, because I do think that it does have some definitiveness to it, in the sense I think 100% Tony's dead. Like, I think 100% that it cutting to black is Tony dying. And like you just said, like how the show it shows so much dirt. It shows everything, you know, all the terrible shit that Tony does to other people. It's all from Tony's perspective, or at least when Tony sends goons to go do the shit for him. But you're not seeing it from their perspective, right?
Yeah.
And there in the last season, there's so much shit that builds up to the idea of like, it's your death is not going to be cinematic. You don't even hear the bullet. Like, I don't know if you remember the scene with do you remember Silvio, the guy that's always like,
of course.
So there's a scene when he's in a restaurant with some guy and he's like talking to this bitch, and then he's just like talking, and then blood just splatters all over his face. He doesn't even hear the gunshot.
Yeah.
And so it's like you don't hear it. Like you don't, dude.
Yeah.
And then like Bobby Bacala, like Tony's sister's husband, like he's the one that says some shit about how like your death won't be cinematic or whatever. And that's exactly what I think of what it is with Tony. It's like this guy he just gets fucking popped, dude, right in front of his fucking family, and it's like he can't process what's going on, dude.
Yeah.
And aside from all of that, I think the most interesting thing about the ending in the show is all of the spiritualness of it. In this world, there is a God, there is hell, there is the devil. Like that shit exists. Actually, like even when you go through and look back at the show, I'd mentioned this to you earlier. Like there's a scene where you see Pussy's ghost. Fucking it's like, you know, this dude that Tony kills, right? Like it's literally after he dies, he just randomly appears in the reflection of a mirror. Yeah. There's another scene where fucking like Tony's sister is just like having a drink, and then the fucking wine glass like moves across the table.
A lot of supernatural
shit. Yeah, a lot of supernatural shit. But the main thing that the thing that I fucking cannot forget is when Chrissy, basically this other guy, goes into a fucking coma or whatever from getting shot, wakes up, and he has a message for Tony. And he says, Tony, they wanted me to tell you in hell, 3:00. That's the message for you from hell, 3:00. And when Tony gets fucking popped, it's from his right side, his 3:00. He just gets fucking blah. Like I just think it's such masterful fucking foreshadowing, dude. Like
I can agree on the writing and everything, and like I think I will stand on like that ending was tough because a lot of people wanted to see, even if like all this writing came to, they want to see the perspective of Tony getting shot. But one thing you did say, and this was off camera, that like really made me be like, oh fuck, like you know what, you're right on this part, is that ending was so like controversial, and maybe the writer knew he was doing it, that it was so controversial that it's still talked about till this day. It is still one of the biggest shows and the biggest ending controversies to a show, ever. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so
dude.
it's just fucking, I don't know, dude. I think people will always, it would be so polarized. There's nobody really in the middle. Either people really think they didn't like the ending or people love the ending, even though it's like, bro, that's a hill that you will die on. And I can respect that because what you say is actually like, you know what you're talking about. Other people are just like, oh, I like it because I like it. You know, you're actually like,
because that feeling of terribleness, like I had that, you know, but I think just because something makes you feel bad doesn't mean it is bad. Like like for example, you watch Saw, right, and you see someone get their fucking foot cut off.
yeah, that should make me horny.
Okay. But for the most part, like you don't watch that shit and then you're like, oh, this feels great, it feels good, therefore this is good. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm about to come.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Jigsaw me.
Its purpose is to make you feel like ugh, right? And I think the goal of the end of The Sopranos is to make you feel that unsatisfaction, because that's what comes from living a life like that.
You know what's crazy too is that like guys get that unsatisfaction feeling from coming to like the post-nut clarity. So maybe, dude.
And then and what does give you like a better what's okay, what do you like more? Fucking on some random bitch coming and then feeling terrible after, or watching The Sopranos with your girlfriend, your wife, and just chilling, dude? It's like one has a lot more love behind it, you know?
Like the random bitch.
Like yeah.
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 I don't even remember what my point was with that.
Yeah, I don't
But
know either.
basically, just the last thing I really want to say about this is like, with the ending of, for example, Breaking Bad, like people think Breaking Bad is like the best show ever, right? And I love Breaking Bad.
And it is. I think I will stand by that. It is the
yeah,
best
and
show
like,
ever.
And Breaking Bad is an amazing show, you know. But with the ending, I will say that's like for a show that is supposed to be so about realism and the realisticness of like crime in that world, it doesn't give it gives fucking Walt the most, you know, cinematic fucking like giant death of all time, which he doesn't deserve. He's a terrible guy, right?
Yeah, he's a terrible fucking human being.
He's a terrible
period.
fucking human being. That you like, and his ending, his death is like the camera's panning out from this guy. He's laying out on the floor, surrounded by all his shit. It's like you know this guy's gonna die. Like you know how it's gonna end. You know and I think with the Sopranos, even though it does get to that point, because you know that life leads you one of two places: jail or under the ground, dude.
Yeah.
And I think that the way they did it was just so different. Nothing will ever be able to do that without being completely derivative of the Sopranos.
Yeah, for sure.
I
think you're gonna get a lot of people fucking hating on you,
bro.
in the comment
Fucking
sections.
hate, dude. Fucking hate. Have you ever? There's a bunch of scenes in Family Guy where they just are like they're so pissed at the Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like Stewie will be talking and it's like, what do you think we're just gonna cut to black? Like that's and then it just like cuts to black. Yeah. Like,
The cut to black it literally came from that shit, dude.
yeah.
That was the birthplace of cut to black. Like up for your interpretation.
Well,
you know?
you know what? If anything, it comes from because I was watching a bunch of interviews, right? And what's the guy that wrote it? Chevy Chase or some shit, or not Chevy Chase? Fucking something. I know his last name is Chase, some shit like that. But whatever. Point is, I completely forgot. What did you even just say right now?
Cut to black.
Oh yeah. So basically, it was like he wanted to. Have you ever seen Space Odyssey?
No, I don't
I've
think
also
so.
never seen A Space
Yeah,
Odyssey, but apparently the ending of that movie is basically like very, very similar to the ending of The Sopranos,
Where it just cuts to black.
where
during
it just
the
yeah,
peak
it
of
kind
everything.
of some
Like you
shit like
spent
that.
10 years invested into this character.
Well, I think it's
And
there's
instead of
I don't
seeing
want
him
to
die.
spoil it fully because it's supposed to be like one of the greatest movies ever, and you should probably go watch it. I mean,
it's
even though I
probably
haven't seen it.
it's old as fuck. There's no spoiling.
No,
anymore.
dude, bro, what do you know about A Space Odyssey?
It's in space.
Exactly nothing, dude.
And there's an Odyssey. You know what I mean? A Honda Odyssey is in there.
All right. But I don't.
Yeah.
So I think that basically this guy was just really inspired by that ending. It's one of, I mean, and personally, I love shit that has an interpretive ending. You know, I think a definitive thing is cool, obviously, but the shit that stays in my head is the shit that you have to think about. You know?
Yeah, I just think it's lazy writing. I think, for sure, you did the greatest writing coming up to it, but to not give that ending, it's just kind of like
I think that ending
it's
is
like it's like you're edging everyone. You're not giving me you're not giving me the cum shot. You're giving me the best like head and hand job I've ever gotten in my life. And right when I'm like, oh, I'm about to come, you know what I mean? And he's just like,
I gotta go home.
I gotta drive my Honda Odyssey home. You
Oh
know?
my god. I don't know. I'd have to disagree with that, like thinking that the ending is lazy writing.
I think
because of how much from the very first episode it builds to the fact that it is going to end like that. Like they are basically telling you like how it's going to end. Yeah, like that's real life. Like cut to black, dude.
Do you know that they released an episode that shows the ending?
No, they did not.
They did. They did an alternative ending.
What happens, dude?
You have to look it up.
You're a fucking liar.
I don't know. I did hear some shit about that. I might be lying. But
No, they did have like an alternative ending written where it was basically like.
But it was leaked and like I'm pretty sure it was like recorded as well.
Really, I think it had something to do with him going like Tony goes to the mob boss of New York to just go literally like kill him in the fucking building, and then he gets like killed. So it's basically like a pretty big dramatic ending, you know?
Yeah.
Like which is what people would have.
What they would have wanted back then. But hindsight, I would rather prefer the cut to black than that bullshit.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah. That sounds like a dumbass ending.
See? So, I mean, do you really even hate that ending?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can technically not do wrong by doing it, but you're like...
You're definitely not doing right by some people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, that is the controversy that where it comes from. But, like, imagine if, like, this episode cut to black. Just like right now, imagine that was the end of the episode. Just like, you know... That would have been crazy.
That'd be pretty good. We're definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. All right. So me and Hassan are actually writing a movie right now.
Oh yeah, we sure are, dude.
It's an anthology where we're just gonna have like a bunch of clips of us acting out shit, and it's gonna be like an hour long. And the ending is like right when you think Hassan's about to die, some guy comes in and I'm gonna be like 3 o'clock, and he's gonna come in at his 6, and then I'm gonna cut to black.
Wow, dude, I think that's a spectacular idea, and we'll probably win like an Emmy or something.
Everyone's like, absolute cinema.
For real.
You know? I don't know, dude. It's just tough. They don't make good shows and movies like that. I mean, some good shows, but they don't make great like movies and shows like that anymore, dude.
The last great show, I think, was Better Call Saul.
It just ended too, huh?
It ended like
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Did you finish it or no?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I literally okay. Do you remember at the ending of Better Call Saul when like I think like Saul is in prison and then like he's looking at Kimmy and then like they stare at each other as long as they can until the wall just kind of like
just closes in.
Yeah, and it's like so it's like that's kind of what happens, you know. It's like they're eating up every last moment of it, dude. And when I dropped off my ex-girlfriend at the airport,
Plan B, send her back to Mexico.
Plan B, send her back, dude. I literally like. I fucking broke down super hard after because it just reminded me of Better Call Saul so much because I was going down the escalator and I could like see her and I just stared as long as I could until the escalator just, you know, brought me down and then I had no choice and I had to just keep walking and it was really sad.
Dude, that honestly, that shit's so funny. I can't wait for that clip.
Just shitting all over my fucking sentimental ass fucking.
No, dude. Oh, I'm sorry.
But okay. I said I was done talking about The Sopranos, but there was one last thing.
All right, one last thing.
Which is like the theory about The Sopranos that I fucking stick by, that I literally 100% believe is the case, because of all the supernatural shit, is that Tony is literally in hell, and his hell is just watching how he destroyed everybody's lives, and like watching him having to watch his fall, basically. And something that kind of supports that a little bit is like in the last scene when Tony walks into the restaurant, like he walks in, he looks out at all the people, and it's like there's an empty seat in the middle where he's gonna go sit. The camera looks back at Tony's face, and then it points back out, and it's like Tony is seeing himself in the restaurant. So it's like he's literally watching what's about to happen.
Do you know what great writing is? That like when Tony and them have an intervention and like for, you know, and then he says like, my drug use, whatever, dude, you're gonna end up, by the way you eat, you're gonna have a heart attack at 50. And then in real life, Tony the actor died from a heart attack
Yeah,
at 51.
51.
Bro, that was such great writing.
Bro,
That writer knows his shit.
Because they made Tony like the actor Gandolfini. They had him gain over 100 pounds for the role, dude.
Fuck yeah.
From
that's what I'm saying.
from the first season, I think he starts at 210 and he ends the show at almost like 300 pounds, dude. Like it's crazy.
Because he's just eating fucking cheese and salami.
Bro, and like he ends every night just like eating fucking ice cream and like he has a real weight problem. And
anymore.
like no, not anymore.
That's such great writing.
Yeah. Bro, the
I'm
fuck is wrong?
Nah,
with you?
rest in peace, dude.
No,
That
what an
guy-
amazing actor.
Yeah, I wish he was here today to be on the podcast to talk about like, what do you mean you're talking about? This was a great fucking ending, man.
No, have you heard his like real life voice?
No, I don't
Dude,
think so.
he talks like this. Like his voice is like all growly and he just like really American almost sounding. Like he did not, not like him, what are you doing? Fucking, oh my God, Chrissy, oh my God, fucking.
I know, dude.
Oh
Oh my God. Yeah, but fucking Sopranos, dude. But I honestly think we can make a better movie than they did the show.
I think we can make a great movie, dude. You know what? I actually had a short movie idea.
What was it?
Basically, like these scientists discover how to time travel, right? But the thing is, like, they can't go backwards in time because, like, realistically, if you were gonna make a time machine, it would only be able to go like forward in time. So, like, basically, scientists discover how to like move forward in time, but it's gonna move the entire world into the future. Like it's not just like one person. Like so the world, like they go to the UN and basically have to make like the UN vote as to whether or not the world should like travel into the future. And that's my idea.
That's kind of dumb. Because just like the fact of like,
Why don't you like it, dude? Why don't you like it?
just for the fact that matter travels as well. So if you travel the world into the future, I mean, I guess technically it would work, but like you wouldn't be able to go to a different world UN. You know what I mean? Because if you travel, let's say 10 years into the future due to orbits and the way that the fucking world works, Earth will be out deeper into space than where it initially was 10 years ago.
Mm.
You didn't know that like
No.
planets get further and further away from the sun.
So then what does that have to do with, like, are you basically saying that like if we were to just
If
go
you moved Earth right now,
10 years
10
into
years,
the future, then
it'll be in a different spot than what it is right now.
but how does that stop it from this idea from happening?
Because are you going to the UN on your planet or the UN on the world that exists in the future? And then there'll be two Earths at that point.
It's this current planet, and it's like it's like the scientists, right? And they're like, hey, we could move into the future, but the thing is that it's gonna take the like entire world into the future. Like we can't just move into the future like one person only. Like the entire world is gonna have to go 10 years into the future, and that's it.
Would would the Earth Prime and Earth from the past like fight for resources?
I guess
Because that's would be another issue too. Like 10 years from now, there'll be less resources on that Earth than there is on our Earth right now.
Well, I guess I haven't really fully thought about it.
Now that's like the first thing I would think about, dude. Like, if you were to take the Earth and move it 10 years into the future, it would not stay the same place. Honestly, like if you try to do the math on changing the world to move, the people here are not going to be in the same place. That's one of the also arguments about time travel. Like if you get in a time machine right now and move 10 years into the future, you're going to be in the fucking middle of space. Because
like the world would have
traveling
shifted
through time and not through space.
Yeah, I see.
You've never heard that?
No,
those
no,
arguments?
I haven't. Dang, I didn't even know that. That's fucking ridiculous.
My bad. I'm a little nerd when it comes to like
No,
that shit.
that's okay. Well, I guess I have some. Well, how about I just fucking ignore that shit because it's a movie.
You could do like you use quantum GPS.
Like in every like, dude, there's a bunch of time travel movies. They don't fucking explain the fact that
that's what I'm saying. They just be like, oh, let's use quantum whatever. We could do. You'd be like, oh, let's use quantum traveling. So wherever we go, the Earth will move with us.
All
like
right,
some stupid shit, dude.
All right, so there we go. We have a fucking plan, okay?
Yeah.
If
Absolute
anything,
cinema.
The movie wouldn't even really be about like we would never go into the future in the movie. Like basically the movie would be like a debate between politicians as to like the ethics of moving the entire world into the future. Like so the movie would never even show them like doing it probably.
That'd be crazy if like and then the scientist that was planning it, he like goes back to his lab and like he's putting away all the stuff. And he goes into like his little like closet or like his little office, and like the scientist from that timeline is like dead, and he's like, I just wanted to go back to. I just wanted to go back home.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
that'd be crazy.
That'd be pretty
Instead of
sad.
10 years, it'll be like 1,000 years. That'd be crazy.
That could be something. Oh, you know what? Because okay, I guess the idea I would have with it is like there's one guy specifically that kind of like really wants this to happen, and he's trying to say it's going to be for like the better of the world and whatever. Like we're going to get to go into the future, but it's really just like his pride. It's like he fucking like created this thing and no one has ever done it, and it needs to be put in action regardless of how many people it could potentially like affect. Right?
It kind of reminds me of the 2007 Planet of the Apes because they travel. And they think they're traveling to a different planet, and they're actually traveling through time.
Yeah.
And then they get to that planet, and it's the Planet of the Apes, whatever. And then he gets away. He comes off onto like the sea, and he sees like
the Statue of
He's
Liberty.
like, "You maniacs!
But you know what's crazy?
You burned it up."
The trailers for that movie literally show that, like the statue, like that's such a spoiler. But I guess if anything, it'd be about like. Yeah, just like pride and someone wanting to just do something because it proves how smart they are rather than like what's better than, you know, for like humanity. So what it could be is like the UN basically fully decides like, no, we're not going to fucking do this. You're crazy. And then the guy just on his own accord is like, I'm going to press the button and make it happen. And then like, I don't know, it could be like the whole world goes 1,000 years into the future and they all just instantly die. And then that's the end.
Maybe. I don't know. That you could, honestly, you could also just cut to black. Because then everyone would just think that from his point of view that they all 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
No, bro. Honestly, that's going to be my new shit whenever we like talk about something and I'm like, we're at a disagreement. I'll be like, we could just cut to black.
3 o'clock, bro.
3 o'clock. Honestly, no. I'm just dicking around the Sopranos.
Bro, don't you just ever wish you could cut to black in real life?
You technically can. It just takes a fucking 12 gauge.
It's too messy to clean, dude. I love my family.
Well, you don't have to clean it up.
My family will have to clean it up.
Well, if it cuts to black, who knows if they clean it up?
No, that's real. Who knows what even happens, dude?
Because if it cuts to black, then for sure you're dead. But the cleanup is like, you know, unless there's like foreshadowing that you guys had a maid come in.
Because then it doesn't matter if there's no foreshadowing, dude.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, like what do you usually clean? They're like, oh, I use 12 different products to gauge like the dirtiness. The 12 gauge.
Oh. B12, it's a fast one. Headshots for you. Remember, hey, Top Dog, who the fuck they think they playing with?
Yeah, my bad.
Extortion my middle name as soon as you hop off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit. Only you like being famous. Y'all can't give you no swag yet. I don't give a fuck who you hang with.
My bad. My friend has Tourette's.
I hate the way that you walk, okay, whatever.
Every time he's on a Tinder date, he does that shit.
No, dude, I have no.
And then the Tinder date cuts to black where they fuck. Absolute cinema.
Dude, I am the most rizless person on the planet.
Bro, you're a fucking liar.
No, dude, I have no... I can't,
All right, since we've started a podcast, he's already bagged at least 4 bitches that I know of, you know? Since we started this shit, you've bagged 4.
Look, sorry. Look, it's not even like bagging, dude. I'll get like hit up because the comedy... And I'm just me. But when I'm actually like hanging out with these girls, dude, like I can't freaking like I don't know how to flirt. Like I'm just like, oh,
and
my piss burned today. Like,
and then you're trying to bag up someone that I used to know.
Look, let's not talk about that. All right.
Yeah. She probably doesn't even watch.
Think?
Nah,
she's a beautiful woman, dude.
Who knows?
I could be a stepfather. Okay.
Yeah. You're probably as old as her fucking kid, dude. That'd be crazy.
Who knows, dude?
But honestly, just to like recap on everything, man, fuck, dude. The fourth wall shit was so lit.
Fourth wall was so lit. Oh, we're about to. After this, what time is it? Because we're gonna head to fucking it's 4:30. So this is like perfect timing. We're gonna go up to the venue. That we have the event planned. It's ready to go, but we're just gonna go iron out some details, you know. Fucking, we're about to go do that shit, and then I think they'll be real happy to hear about Cozy.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to Hilltop Tavern and Inn, where we're gonna host our open mic event, and it's for performing arts, not just comedy. So
anyone, you know, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to do some fucking slam poetry, dude, come out, do that. Yeah. If you just want to spit some shit, if you play anything, bro, if you're a fucking band.
Yeah, we'll give you 5 to 7 minutes. It really just depends on how long your act is. If you're a band and it takes forever to set up, set down, then there's probably less time. But if you're like an artist or whatever, we'll probably give you the 7 minutes. Depends on how many people come.
They have like the stage. They have a drum set. They have amps. So if anything, if like a band did want to come, you would basically just have to bring like guitars and whatever, you know. But at least like the drums would be like the toughest part of setting up, bringing down. But I think they're already up there.
And it's a free event. You don't have to have a minimum ticket sale. But if you do bring people, that would be fucking awesome. It helps us out, kind of get our name out there. You know, we're not trying to like make money off of it. The venue is asking for a 2-drink minimum. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be water, soda, 2 drinks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we just let that be a surprise?
I was thinking so, because people are already gonna buy drinks either way. But just to be transparent with you guys, they are gonna ask for a 2-drink minimum. That's it. We're not gonna charge for the venue. We're not gonna charge for like.
So you're basically looking at spending about $6.
Yeah, for sure. But also too, we are going to give out a prize to, if not the best, some of the best performers. So if you guys are like are struggling to kind of make your name out here in the high desert, even IE, show up, dude, and we'll put you on to something.
We might put like the absolute greatest performance. We'll probably bring them on the pod, dude.
That's the prize, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna say it now. The prize, if you guys do absolutely amazing, we're gonna have you come onto the podcast. We're gonna help you do.
You're gonna get Eiffel Towered.
Yeah, we're gonna hug 2 of you.
Yep, you're gonna get Hawk Towered.
Yeah, Miss Welsh will be here herself to do it. But yeah, so if you guys do great, we'll have you on the podcast. We'll help boost your guys' views a little bit more, because our people, they're really down for us. So.
Your people are down for you.
Yeah.
Or your people are down for us. They like my shit.
Yeah, they do. That's one of the things I was noticing yesterday when I was like, let's see like the difference. You know, you do have like a certain, like maybe like 15 people that are like really down for you. And then the extras that are like, oh, you know, like this is Hassan, you know, I got you. So, but honestly, we can start off by doing shout outs and.
Or, you know what pisses me off?
What?
Some of these motherfuckers will like I'll post my comedy clips, and then they'll only like the story of the comedy clip.
Yeah.
And then they don't go like the fucking post. You know who you are.
You're like, I already liked it. It doesn't have to stay.
These fucking sons of bitches.
All right, let me start off with these shout outs real quick, because there was a lot of people that came to the show. No, it's still gone. There's a lot of people that came to the show. Shout out my cousin Jeremiah and his woman. Shout out my little brother. Shout out my sister Danny, even though she didn't get to get in. Shout out my coworkers, Michael, Evelyn, Mark, and then Evelyn's brother Ivan. Shout out to Big Boat, the homie Jose and his wife, for coming out to see me. Shout out Gino. Shout out Miranda, my cousin, my loving. She's like my sister. Shout out to my girl for coming out to the show. I mean, shout out my girl in general. Shout out to Fourth Wall, dude. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Laugh Bombs, dude. Shout out to Hassan for you know, iron sharpens iron. We've been getting better together, you know, and I'm glad, you know. So you got any shout out to him?
Shout out my ex's boyfriend. I mean, not my ex's boyfriend, my ex's brother, because he hit me up mad that I tell jokes about his sister, my ex.
Yeah.
So shout out that guy. Shout out Steve Rogers. That's the name of the guy that I was talking to outside. I was talking to this dude right before.
You were talking to Captain America.
Dude, his name is literally Steve Rogers. Isn't that crazy?
That's actually crazy. We have a sound for that. Hold on.
Hold on. Give us 10 minutes.
It's only 3 seconds.
Shout out Steve, dude. My fucking boy. My motherfucking boy.
Shout out Steve Rogers.
That guy's the fucking
Shout
shit.
out.
All right, turn this fucking shit off. Fucking, yeah, dude. That guy's the shit. He texted me with a few little joke ideas. And he said some funny shit. So yeah, shout out that guy. Shout out my mom. Because I love my mom. Shout out fucking James Gandolfini, dude. You rest in peace, man. What an amazing performance.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute 3 o'clock, dude.
Let's see.
That's
it.
The hell, Christian, dude. Christian's my boy. I just shout out Christian. He's always, you know, liking the. I don't know, you know, he likes my stuff. That guy's cool. I love him. Yeah. Oh, dude. You know what? Shout out fucking Cucumber Lime Gatorade.
Shout out Cucumber Lime Gatorade.
That shit is fire as fuck.
And lastly, I just want to say shout out to Cozy.
For
being a great guest. Shout out, you know, if you guys want to go Go follow him at Cozy Life Official on Instagram. And to close it out, my name is Davey the Don.
I'm Hassan Saleh.
And we are
IE.